Now, many of you know by now that the Nio CEO has been stressing one point, and that is in the next 5 to 10 years, Nio will be among the top 10 in terms of sales globally, which is something that is pretty exciting. And this is something that he has been stressing. I mean, just last week we heard him interviewing the Huawei CEO, telling him what he thinks is going to be in terms of total sales globally, how many cars or Chinese automakers will be in the top 10, and the Huawei CEO said 6 to 7, whereas the Nio CEO said that he sees 5, which is something that is pretty exciting. Now today we just got to hear an American consulting firm confirming or seeing also the same vision that the Nio CEO sees. This is absolutely amazing, because then it confirms what the Nio CEO has been saying all along. The competition in China when it comes to the fast-growing EV, it's just out of this world. The CEO of Tesla has said himself that the fierce competition that is in the Chinese maker when it comes to EV, it cannot be compared to any countries globally, which is something that shows you the kind of competition that is there. I mean, we have seen so many countries leading previously when it comes to the market share of the total sales that they are generating globally, but it looks like in the next 5 to 10 years, China is going to take over and is going to constitute most of the sales that we are seeing globally. Now, Alex Partners, which is a New York or US consulting firm, did say that by 2030, they see Chinese automakers capturing 1/3 of total sales globally by 2030, which is something that is pretty exciting, something that shows you that China, it's coming. And when it comes to the fast-growing EV industry, with Nio being one of the leaders in the fast-growing EV industries, have a look or check where Nio it could be in the next 6 years. I mean, I did my own calculations. You'll know that the growth rate that we've been seeing from Nio in terms of sales, especially when we look into a growth rate from the total sales that Nio generated for 2022 against 2023, you will notice that it was a 30.7% increase year over year, which is something that is pretty exciting. I mean, if you put the 160,000 that we saw last year at 30% increase, Nio this year can easily or will be able to sell 208,000 vehicles if we add a 30% increase even this year. At that 30% in the next coming 6 years, you will realize that by 2030, Nio will be selling almost 1 million cars annually, or will have the capacity to sell almost 1 million cars, which I personally think by 2030 Nio should be selling over 1 million cars, because they have launched 2 sub-brands which they will be selling, and these should bring massive growth into the Nio's revenue, which is something that is pretty exciting. I mean, the fact that we're seeing also companies seeing the potential that lies within the Chinese automakers, it is something that is pretty exciting, and it encourages us to remain strong onto the Chinese firms. I mean, when you look into the revenue, you'll know that Nio's total revenue for 2023 was over $7.8 billion. And when you add the 30% growth also on the revenue with just the Nio cars, then you will notice that Nio by 2030, they could be generating over $49 billion without the sub-brands. Now, with the sub-brands factored in, we could easily see Nio generating over $60-70 billion, which is something that is pretty exciting. So I'm happy to see the companies or US-based companies seeing the growth that lies within the Chinese automakers or within the Chinese car companies, which this again shows you that whether you like it or not, whether you love Nio, especially the haters, Nio is going to succeed. Nio, it is one of the companies that are going to succeed in the fast-growing EV industry. They are already dominating the premium or the luxury premium market, which is something that is pretty exciting. And with the sub-brands coming, we expect them to also get a pretty good solid market share, even for their mass market brands, which is something that we look forward to, and I think it is going to happen. I mean, Envoy is coming end of Q3, which the deliveries of that should also give more boost into the kind of deliveries that Nio is selling on a month to month. So I remain bullish, long and strong onto the Nio stock, and I think those that are persevering throughout these stock price headwinds are definitely going to be rewarded in the long term, and that is my opinion, of course. So share price wise, when I see sharp falls, sharp drops, and think where Nio could be in the next 5 to 10 years, I am encouraged to load the boat when I see sharp falls, sharp drops, because I know blue sky is approaching, blue sky is near. And one thing that I do, I ignore the short sellers, I ignore, of course, the day-to-day movements. Yes, I do go and see some of the charts, maybe almost on a daily basis, but me, the movement for now, of course, knowing when it could be, it's just an opportunity, or it's a motivation for me to scoop more shares, to increase my holdings onto the Nio stock, because I know blue sky is coming. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that likes button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me. I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and do your own DD before you buy Nio. Increase your holdings, because this is a stock that is quite volatile, and therefore it requires you to have done some due diligence, that at least you can be comfortable as you are buying, investing onto the Nio stock. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.